Well, y'all, listen to this because even I didn't see it coming. Joe actually dropped a BTS episode on Patreon today. And hold up, they've been super inconsistent with those daily uploads over there, but it looks like they're finally snapping back into rhythm. The whole thing ran about an hour and a half, maybe closer to an hour and 40. And yes, girl, I watched every minute. And it's obvious, like painfully obvious, that they're quietly rolling out an Edith and Kino cooking show behind the scenes. Now, before you shrug that off, especially if cooking shows ain't your thing, sidebar, cooking content is crazy popular right now. And trust me, that matters a lot more than it sounds. It's basically a soft launch for an Edith and Kino cooking show, clear as daylight. And shout out to Edith, because when she first appeared on Power Wives, nobody was vibing with her at all. A bunch of people were still hung up on the interracial stuff too. I saw the comments myself. Folks really weren't warming up to Eden in the beginning. They said she felt cold, but the truth is, she's just naturally reserved. And yes, she had that classic RBF going on. And you know how it is, especially with women, when someone's got that rest and don't play with me face, people instantly attach every negative trait in the book. But she won the audience over by calling Kino on plenty of his nonsense. In a wild twist, they ended up getting back together. Now look, this next part is just me speculating, but hear me out. Eden probably saw the writing on the wall in their relationship, but she also recognized the opportunity of being connected to the JBN. Again, this is just my guess because she doesn't actually act like someone chasing the spotlight. But hey, nobody knows what motivates folks behind the scenes. Either way, she and Kino reconciled, and surprise, surprise, they're now sliding right into position for their own standalone show on the network. They spent like 45 minutes cooking, talking about their cooking backgrounds and letting Kino go off about how deep he is in the culinary world. Edith shared her side too, and they were vibing with the crew, and the crew was talking about how they can literally tell when Kino is stressed based on whether he's cooking for special events. They were giving him his flowers on camera. Basically, the whole segment was a setup, a foundation, a little world building for what's coming next. And honestly, this is more content in Joe's pocket, and this is exactly where the popularity of cooking shows becomes a big deal. Because the more I cover these folks and the more videos I drop on them, the more I realize I'm actually attached to them as people, not just the drama or whatever they bring to the podcast. It's easy to clown them, easy to pick at their flaws, but deep down, I genuinely got love for the whole crew. So as long as they put an effort into something, I can rock with it all day. And listen, if you've been here for a while, you already know I said this way back when BTS first started rolling out, around the time the lottery ticket episodes were booming. I literally said they needed to make more content like this, stuff where they're outside or just being their real selves so they can loosen up on camera and their actual personalities can shine. And this cooking show vibe, this is the first real step in that direction. I keep asking over and over, where's the Ian and Mark show? Where is it? But the truth is, Ian is the manager. He's looking at Joe like, bro, why am I the talent when you're sitting on all this untapped greatness? We need to get these people working.
And Joe kept hinting at it on the Thursday show. But listen, something about that slot just isn't giving Final Destination to me. It could end up being Thursday's lane if he can't cook up any new IPs. But right now, it feels more like the first spark of something bigger. I genuinely think the Joe Budden network is sliding back into full force mode, y'all. And I can see Joe dumping a lot of his ideas on the Patreon first and using that momentum to fuel the push behind his own company. As long as everything lands at the same time, this whole strategy could hit perfectly for everybody involved. My one real fear though, and girl, hear me on this, is that the network keeps running up bags using that black talent while building their brand off the backs of the folks who keep the lights on. And I'm praying that's not where this is heading. But honestly, I can't shake the feeling that once they climb to whatever mountaintop they're aiming for, they might leave the creators behind who helped them get there. That's the nightmare scenario for me. But if Joe keeps grinding to expand his network, then everything might align anyway, and none of that worst case stuff will even matter. Because if they don't treat him right, he could easily walk away and jump ship to another platform. But what is clear as daylight is that Joe is plotting. He keeps saying 2026 is going to be a heavy year, and trust me, I'm ready to see what he's cooking up. So with all that said, I'm dropping more content too, whether it lives behind the Patreon wall or out in the open. And hopefully, as the content grows, we stick to the blueprint Joe's been laying out. because since day one, that's what I've analyzed the most, the moves he makes in this creative space, which is why I bring up Patreon so much, and why I break down every business play he seems to be making. But for now, Patreon is the main thing to watch. I'd mention Prize Picks too, but they're literally throwing money at the whole internet, so it doesn't matter whether Joe renews or not. They're paying everyone right now. I'm even seeing new Allen Iverson ads rolling out heavy, so clearly they're spending big and don't care. But the rest of Joe's business moves? Yeah, I'm watching those closely, and this cooking rollout is part of it, so stay sharp because this is absolutely the warm-up for a new show. And low-key, Joe is being smart using Patreon as the testing ground, because that's where the loyal paying audience lives. And trust me, nobody comments heavier than Patreon folks. We go crazy in that box. So he gets instant feedback on whether to move forward or pull back. And quiet as kept, people were already begging him to make a cooking show with Kino and Edith before he even did this. Because the last time they popped up in the BTS, they were cooking. And everybody was like, yo, I'd actually watch this. And honestly, a lot of us are at that point in life where, surprise, we might learn a recipe or two from watching folks we already connect with. Because that's the thing, when you like the people, you'll try things you normally wouldn't. So hopefully this next year, Joe really expands his content universe. Because baby, you cannot podcast forever. What's the point of being critiqued non-stop like this is the only lane he'll ever be in? And depending on how he comes out swinging in the first 3 months or the first quarter of 2026, that'll decide whether I'm back on my Joe is leaving the network soon predictions, or at least leaving the podcast to go full mogul again. But all of this depends on who steps up and plays their role. Ish, for example, if he had a show around the stuff he does, contracting, building houses, managing tenants, listen, content like that would go viral almost every time.
If Mark really steps up and adds more to the show outside of the Ian and Mark series, because let's be honest, he's already hinting at his comedic lane, then if he also puts out something showcasing his serious acting chops, that could blow the doors wide open for him. We've got to start thinking beyond what this is right now. Just because it's a podcast today doesn't mean it can't evolve into a full-blown network within the next 3 or 4 years. And look, ACT is a hot topic because of that whole Mano situation. But picture this. Imagine if ACT believed he'd be stuck in his mom's basement forever making YouTube videos. He'd never be where he is today. Love him or hate him, he saw early on that streaming was about to explode, and he decided to go all in and keep creating until it paid off. That's exactly how we have to look at these things too. Just because I talk about Joe Budden a lot doesn't mean that's the only lane I can stay in. I'm already on other platforms talking about other topics, getting paid and doing numbers somewhere else. It's time for all of us to start putting our best foot forward. Like me, I cut grass outside of this content stuff, and I make videos doing it, but I need to invest more effort into that lane. Some of y'all cook, just like Edith and Kino, and you could be dropping your own content the same exact way. So hopefully this becomes the starting point, seeing them push past their comfort zone while staying inside their comfort zone, if that makes sense. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like the video if you're rocking with it, subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you're already part of the crew, then you know exactly how we move over here. Big shout out to everybody showing love on Patreon. The numbers are going crazy right now. And for those asking about that Mona video I posted yesterday, it was up on YouTube for like 20 minutes. Shout out to y'all who caught it early. It's on Patreon now, and honestly, I probably won't put it behind the paywall. I just feel like I've been a little too harsh toward Mona out in the open, and I don't want to keep feeding that narrative unless it's really necessary. So if you want to watch it, it's over there. Drop a like when you do, and hit that sub button if you haven't already. I'll catch y'all a little later today. Peace.